Hello all you music lovers out there. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to review some of the changes I've made to this idea that I've used in a couple prior videos. It's 137 beats per minute uplifting trance track that I've been working on. Actually, I've been really busy at work. It's been just crazy at my day job and haven't really had a whole lot of time to work on music. And I've got a couple of other projects that I'm working on that I will bring to the channel within the next 30 days, I guess. Stay tuned. But anyways, today I want to go over what I've changed, a couple additions that I've made. I want to put in a filtered kick. I want to try to play around with filtering the bass, to try to bring it in. I want to automate the piano part that I've added here that I'll play. Then I want to maybe add a closed hat. I think the percussion, the drums are a little bit lacking. Well, anyways, let me just play it through for you, and then we'll dig right in. Okay, so that's kind of the intro, and then now this was actually the part that maybe some of you have heard. So I'm kind of adding that piano. Okay, so there are a few areas of concern with the track, and that I listed at the beginning of this video. First thing that I want to do is I want to filter this kick. Along with the fact that there's a lot of mixing work that still needs to be done with the track, I think that it would sound better if the listener didn't hear the whole impact of the kick right off the bat into the track. So what I'm going to do in this case is I'm just going to press the duplicate track and settings, the channel strip. Then I'm going to go in here, and basically all I do is take and filter it up to about, I'm going to change that to less severe, and filter up to about usually 150 works. We'll see how that goes. And then we just drag the MIDI down. And then so we have a filtered kick that's playing at the same volume, but it's filtered. Everything, all other things being equal. So we got a little bit too much low end information in there still. It's kind of funky. So. Okay, so right there I'm going to add a dB to that so that it's kind of consistent. And so we get into the bass. See how that goes with the bass as it comes in. We're going to work on the bass too here, so let's play that. Okay, so it's standing up pretty good to the bass. I'm going to bring it down just a little bit here. Let's see here. I'm going to turn the volume down so you might be able to hear me talk here. Let's see here. Turn that down a little bit here. Okay. Okay, so that seems to be working okay. Let's see how it sounds when it comes in. Okay, so that kind of helps the anticipation build. Obviously, there are a lot of other things that I can do, like adding effects, rolls, like drum rolls and what have you. The types of elements that are consistent with this type of track. We're not really at that stage yet with this track. It's basically get the ideas out of my head and onto the canvas. And so, yeah, that seems to work pretty good. I don't know if I should bring the unfiltered kick in here or here. Let's play that back again here. Well, I think it's kind of premature to make a determination on that because I haven't worked with the bass filtering that I want to do. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these two, I think. Let me just solo these. This is what we've got as far as the top bass. Got a couple silents here. This one. Okay. Got the top layer. I got a second grit bass layer. So they kind of complement each other. And then I have a little bit of reverb on both of the parts to kind of add that, just to give it a little bit of space, which you can do on a top bass, by the way, especially in deep house. Okay, so what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to create a track stack, make it a summing stack, call this top bass. I'm going to put a filter on here. I love the Fab Filter Simplon. And I'm just going to, let's just go ahead and play it here. Okay, and then I just toggled touch and read back and forth. I have it set up. So now I can just go in here, and so we want to do it right about here. That's going to be the full on point. And then let's see, let's go like this, see how this sounds. Filter everything up to 2K. Let's see here. Didn't quite have that on the start point. It's not quite working. Let's try it there. See here. Okay, so I don't like that. All right. So we're going to get rid of that. We're going to go to Fab Filter Symbolon, Filter 1, Frequency. Then we're going to try this. Try to filter it down. Okay. See how that goes. Okay, I like that better. It's a little bit too dark to start out with. Let's adjust that. Okay, now what I can do here, go back to this pointer tool here, is I can go back to this filter. Let's give myself a little bit better view here. I can go back to the high pass filter. And make a little sweep here. See how that sounds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see here. Okay, let's see here. Too much. Okay, then what I'm going to need to do there is put a gain on there. Then go to gain. And right where I have let's open this up. And let's get my gain going here. And right where I have the nodes for that little filter sweep, I'm going to turn it up. And right where I have the nodes for that little filter sweep, I'm going to put nodes in the gain plugin and affect the volume accordingly so you can actually hear the effect. I'm going to be pretty radical with it here. Let's see here. All right, then another thing that I can do is come in here to the Symbolon and go to Filter 1, Peak, and do the same thing. Put little nodes in here. And add a little bit of resonance. See how that goes. Okay, so I think bringing it back right here so you can actually hear it. Give it a little bit longer. And then I'm going to give it a little bit longer ramp here. Okay, so I want to take this peak take this up quite a bit here. See what. Okay, that's too much. Take this down here. Okay, so we're kind of getting there. I will come back to that, but you kind of get the idea. It kind of lets it kind of pick up. Okay, so let's play it back from the beginning of that bass line. Okay, so that kind of works. We're kind of getting there. I will probably spend a lot of time tweaking that further. Okay. So the next thing I want to do is work on this piano part. Let me just play that in solo for you so you can hear what's going on. It's two parts. I have a bounced version of this delay effect here in the master track, which has the contact instrument, which is the grandeur piano. I really like that one lately. Okay, let me just solo that for you. Okay, so that kind of falls away, but I didn't want it to. I wanted to have kind of a different atmosphere going on after that. So I have this part, which is the bounced. It's a little slice of the bounced delayed part of this original part, but it's run through the delay again. So you get a bunch of bouncing, kind of an atmosphere almost. But what I want to do with that is I want to automate that down a little bit so that it tails off a little bit so that you can notice it tailing off. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the the track stack, the bus, which is piano atmosphere, which encompasses both of these parts. I'm going to add an empty region, and then I'm going to extend that out. Then what I'm going to do is hit automation and come in here. I've got a gain plugin in here already. And I am going to automate the gain plugin. I'm going to take it out to here. Give myself a little bit more room to operate. And I'm going to take it down, like so. So let's see how that sounds. So it comes down, it's still there. And it comes back up, and I want to have that right there. I wanted to be as close as possible. I realize I can do this with the marquee tool, but I'm going to do it this way. Okay, so here we go. So now that I have this automation written in basically this lane that's available for both of these parts created by the track stack, I can come in here and I can copy this region, and it's going to ask me, do I want to copy automation? And yes, I do. So I just copy this all the way over, and saves a lot of time. I realize I can use the marquee tool, but this is kind of the way I've gotten used to doing it. So now I have this kind of fading down a little bit. Okay, now that's too much. So what I want to do is just go in here, delete. Yes, I do want to erase. Then go back in here to automation. Take this up. I'm going to take this down to like 8. And then we'll see how it sounds here. Let's just see, copy, boom. All right. Let's go back to the beginning. Okay, still too much. I do want to erase. And I'm going to take this down just 5, 4, yeah. Let's make that's close enough. Okay, so to me that works because it's not such a drastic drop that when it comes back in it's just too loud. It sounds more organic. Okay, so I'm gonna copy these all out again, and we're basically done with that. And so we've got this track. I've added a couple changes, well, 3 changes to kind of make it coalesce a little bit better and then kind of build. So let's see what we've got. Let's listen to what we've got so far. Okay, now I'm going to filter down the bass because I think that top bass, once the other elements start coming in, is a little bit too crispy. And so that brings up a concept of you can give the listener a sound, and then you can take it away. So this is kind of nice and crispy. So now they've got in their subconscious what the bass line is. Now we can tame it down a little bit. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, let's see, I'm just going to use the same filter. Okay, go in here to filter 1 frequency, and then I'm going to use my marquee tool. I'm going to bring that down quite a bit. I'm going to bring it down. Let's see, I'm way up there on this fab filter. So I'm going to bring it down to about 5K. Let's see how that sounds. In fact, I can even take this down. That's just kind of ridiculous. 75. What did I do here? Draw a node here. Let's see here. I wasn't even on that line. Okay, let's bring this down. I don't know why Fab Filter goes up so high. It's kind of funny. Yeah, let's just take it down right there. It's not going to make that big a difference. Nobody can hear that high anyways. Okay, so what I've done there is I've given the listener a taste of the bass, and then I'm going to kind of take it away a little bit, and they won't even notice, but it's going to help everything else in the track. You know, only the trained ear will notice a move like that, where you're taking the bass that's bright, and then you're toning it down quite a bit. And I can even take it down a little bit more. But what I'm going to do, because I did take that down, I'm going to bump up the volume just a little bit. Okay, so let's maybe not be that much magnification. Okay, so where is the transition point here? It's right there. Again, going with the marquee tool. I'm going to bump it up about a half a dB. Okay, now let's see where we're at. Okay, so you can see that the bass does get darker. I would encourage you guys to listen to Omen in the Rain. And that's a big track from last year. And just listen to Omen in the Rain. And Mayan does that. So, and he does it quite effectively. But I noticed it right off the bat, but I doubt the listener would notice something like that. Okay, so another situation that I have here is I don't like this, not really digging this right here, this open hat coming in where it does. So what I want to do is I want to create a new track, software instrument, and then I want to, let's bring this up here. This slice holder is for moving all of the slices, and all I have to do is move this, highlight all these, and then I'm only moving this for alignment. So, okay, so what I want to do is go over here to Ultra Beat. And I want to go to drag and drop samples. I want to put in a open hat. So what I want to do, or not open hat, a closed hat. So I'm going to mute these for right now. All right, then I'm going to find me an open or closed hat. Okay. Let's find a closed hat. Let's go to sample libraries. Black Octopus is great. Hi-hat. Closed. Okay. Start playing some of these. Actually, like those two chunky ones. Okay, I like that one right there, so I'm going to open that one. And then really all I'm going to do here is, again, draw a empty MIDI region. And okay, so what I'm going to do is just draw in this okay, so that needs a lot of work. So let's go into Alter Beat first off and turn it way down. Okay, then I want to go get away with a lot of that low end information there. And I want to add a little, let's just add the saturation knob here. That'll work. Okay, send it to the drum bus, which is just a really short chroma, 1.2 seconds. Okay, now I want to just loop this out and adjust it for okay, we got to go before and after here. Okay, what I want to do is put a sample delay on here to create the Haas effect. Spread it out. Okay. Okay. So it spreads it out a little bit. Whoops, didn't mute all of those, all the closed hats open hats that I wanted to mute. Let's get them all. Okay. Okay, so what I've done is kind of dug into the track, made a few changes to try to add a little bit more impact. In my mind, I'm still seeing a lot of areas that are quite lacking, but that's just the way a track comes together. You listen to it back and you keep listening to it over and over until you figure out how this track's going to go. And so, as far as this goes, I really haven't decided what else to do other than the fact that the bass is filtered. Let's see here. Yeah, the bass is filtered. Is it filtered down here? Or no, that's the gain. Yeah, so I want to extend this all the way across. Let's just do that for now. See how it sounds. I'm going to A-B the filtered down bass as opposed to not filtered down bass here for you. So let's get a... So it's just that little bit in that aspect of the fine tuning of the track, taking the bass down a little bit so it allows other parts, other elements to become more prominent and more detailed. And then as time goes by, I'm just going to go back in and carve more space for each element and hopefully end up with a good, nice mix and hopefully a really great sounding track. I think I've got a pretty decent start on this one. And so I'm going to continue with the arrangement. Obviously, the breakdown, there's no work done on that, but I know what I'm going to do with it. So on the next episode, I will have the breakdown, more mixing, more ideas, probably some effects. The effects will play a big part in adding impact to this track or any track. But I hope you learned a couple workflow techniques today and maybe ideas on arrangement and how to treat sounds and when and what to do filter-wise. And if you enjoy these videos, hit that subscribe button. That way you'll be notified about the next one. You know, if you hit the bell along with it, and I'd greatly appreciate it. And hit that thumbs up too. I'd like to get that like squad going. And I appreciate you watching today and looking forward to the next one. We'll see you then.